Hello guys, you are welcome back to today's tutorial. How are you all doing? So guys, now today's class will learn how to make this beautiful deep neckline bustier. Okay, so guys, this video is going to be a bit long because both the stitches. So what we have on our table is our wadding. We could decide to use ready-made bra cup. This is the fabric we're working with. This is our lining, and this is our skin illusion. So let's quickly get started. First, to indicate the shoulder line, though I've done video on this deep line, but this is beginners friendly. For those that be asking me how to go about the bar panel, how to add boning, so here is your answer. Okay, so shoulder into 2 is 8 inches, that is 16. Shoulder slope is 1 inch because we are working with skin illusion. So shoulder divided by 2 is the armhole depth, which is 8 inches. Shoulder to the bust point is 10.5 inches. So whatever will be drafting out here, guys, we won't add same allowance. Okay, so our under bust is 14 inches. Shoulder to the waistline is 17 inches. Okay, so I will connect this way. Under bust, so connect from your shoulder to your armhole depth. So this is our waistline. So the next thing to do, guys, is to place our bust band, that is nipple to nipple, is 8 inches. So I'm placing into 2 is 4 inches. So I won't add same allowance here for better understanding. So you connect it this way. Checking my camera. So it's time, guys, to place our back's extension for those that are working the back's waistline. Okay, so you place 5 inches or 4 inches. Okay, so you connect it this way to a straight row. So you extend your nipple to nipple, that is your dart line. So let's quickly label it: chest line, bust a line, under bust a line, waistline, and the back waistline, that is the extension. So we have to quickly now find the half of our armhole depth because it's 2, that is skin illusion. So if you are working with skin illusion, you have 1 inch after sewing, after the stitches. So you see, okay, so I will connect with half inch. By the time I finish stitching, I'll be having 1 inch. So this is how it should look like when you are through stitching. Okay, so the pencil line is the line we'll be cutting out. So the other part, which is half inch, serves as our same allowance. So the neck width 3 inches, neck depth 4 inches. So you connect this well. So it's time to find our bust radius, that is distance from our bust point to under bust. So you connect. So this is the new chest line. Okay, so we have to quickly extend our dart line. So it's time to place our dart. So we're using dart manipulation. Yes, so placing our dart to the side seam. So place that of 2 inches. Okay, this way. So from the bust point, step up by an half inch, step down by an half inch. So you connect this way with our straight row. You can see. So place your curve row this way. That's your armhole curve. So for the chest line, that is the new chest line, I'll be placing 1.5 inches towards the armhole. Okay, the center piece an half inch. You decide to work with 1 inch. Okay, so you connect this way. You can see how beautiful it looks already. So for the center piece, you decide to work with an half inch. Mine, I'll be working with an half inch. You can see how it looks. So this method is very simple, guys. So we'll connect this well as well. So make sure you blend it properly. So now that we're through, for the bust radius, that is your nipple from bust point to under bust, trace it this way for a guide. Okay, you know it's deep neck, bustier. So this bust radius will give you a clue on the inches you should place in between your bows. Okay, so you will not expose your bows. So I'll be working with bust point, but I'll be explaining the deep neck line to under bust for better understanding. So just connect it this way to the under bust. So you can decide to extend it to your waistline, depending how deep you want yours to be. Okay, so it's still the same method. So blend it properly. Now, I want to quickly trace it with pencil. If you're extending it to your waistline, you can see it's still the same method. So it's time now to connect toward the armhole area. Step down by an half inch or connect it straight to your armhole. I'll be walking straight to my armhole, but I'll be explaining both. So if you are stepping down, this is how it should look like. You can see. If you are connecting straight to your armhole, this is how it should look like. So it's still the same thing, guys. So this is our front yoke. Okay. So it's time now to place our measurements. Okay. The bust is 42 into 4 parts is 10.5 inches. So you place it this way. Okay. The waistline measurement is 9.5 inches. Sorry, 8.5 inches. So the hip line, okay, which is the back extension, is 9.5 inches. So you connect it this way, extend your armhole and your lines under bust line, waist, okay. So you connect this way to the hemline, which is your back extension. So sorry, my marker. So now that we are through with this, we have to quickly replace the dart. Note is 2 inches. Place it 2 inches. Okay. For my bust point, if you want to add, it should be 0.5 inch. You can as well connect it straight to your armhole curve. It's still the same method. So you just connect either this way, okay, to this part. Okay, so this is the hem line. So you extend the waistline as well to the that allowance. So now for those that be working with back waistline, but before then, if you are adding that half inch dart for the bust armhole, you connect it this way. It's still the same method. Okay, so this is the waistline, while this is the back extension. So you connect this way to your back extension. So this I should look like. But remember the dart allowance. So you extend it this way to the dart allowance. So this is it. This is the DR, that is dart replacement. So guys, I'll be working with the full length chase, okay, but I'm explaining the back waist first. You decide to make it curvy this way, so depending on your preference. So now connect it this way for those that are working with back waist line. So the same 2 inches is what we added. So same allowance is not included here. We're doing that while transferring to our fabric. So let's quickly now cut it out. But before then, I'll trace it out this way because I was using it to trace out the back panel. So I'm done tracing out the back panel. I've also added the dart line, that is the bust band, nipple to nipple. So this is chest line, waist, and the back length, that is the back extension. So neck width 3 inches. This is zipper allowance. So I'm working with loops, but I'll be explaining both. Okay, so you're working with zipper towards your waistline, go in like what I did here, 1 inch, curve this way so that your zipper will sit properly. We're cutting out this part if you are working with zipper. So the neck depth is optional. So I just place 1 inch, okay? Extend it to your zipper allowance. So it's time to place our loops because I'm not making use of zipper. So you send it in this way. It's still the same method. I'm explaining both because I had a lot of questions on how to work on the back panel. I've actually done deep neck bustier. So this is beginners friendly. So this is the darts, waist darts, okay? Half-inch here, half-inch here. Step down from your chest line by an half-inch. Just connect it to your hemline, okay? So you start to end under your waistline if you are working with back waistline. So now I want to place my uh lacing, that is loops. So note if you place 2 inches, you'll be having 4 inches. So now I place 2.5 inches. Okay, front panel, I'll quickly go in by 1.5 inches to give it a curve, but I'm not making use of back waistline. Okay, so you have seen the fitting already. So it's 1.5 inches. Okay, so for the loops, you can see I'm placing 2 inches on the hemline, but it's for a plus size. Okay, is 1 inch. But ladies with flat tummy, you can connect it straight this way. Okay, so for the neck depth, 1 inch, decide to connect straight to the chest line. So the neck depth for the back panel is optional. So the yoke as well, you can see this curvy, the dots line is also optional. So you decide to make it straight this way. So all depend on your preference. So this is the back yoke. So this is it. So guys, it's time to place our measurements. Note the front panel, we added 2 inches, that is DR, okay? But the back panel is just 1 inch. So we place exactly what you have, 10.5 inches. The waist is 8.5 inches. Place it this way, okay? The hem line, that is the full length, is 9.5 inches, okay? You connect this way. So connect. So the dart, you see the DR, so you'll be placing 1 inch dart for the back. Of mine, I won't be making use of that for the back panel. So for the curve, note we step up just 1.5 inches. So I'll place it this way. So I'm working direct to my main bodies, that is my main measurements, because I'm not making use of that. So if you're working with a back waistline, whatever you're placing on the back panel should end right on your waistline, okay? So you cut it out this way. Excuse me if I'm making use of zipper this way. Oh, do not forget to add your dart replacement if you're making use of that. So mine is loops, not zipper, and my yoke, I won't be cutting it out. If you are cutting your yoke, the 1 inch you step down with, cut it out to serve as your yoke. So this is the front panel. I'm a bit faster just to cut it out. So the neck depth is optional. So I'm not working with the half-inch I step down with. So this I should cut your darts this way. So the front panel is ready. Now I'll trace it out, add my interface in, and show you guys. So guys, we are through tracing it out. This is the back panel. So you can see my facing is going to be in between my two side piece. Yes. So the back panel is optional, but I've explained different types of back panel you can work with. So you decide to work with zipper or loop. So we're over to our machine. I also transfer our skin illusion. See, the is into two because I will stitch and turn it. Okay, but mine I've been working with sleeve. So this is it. Back stitch. So it's two pieces here. So I'm through with the yoke. I know by now you should know how to sew and turn the yoke. So that is yoke part. So now it's time to work on the front panel. Excuse me. So this is it, side piece. So you place it this way. If you are confused, you use your pattern. Okay, so place it this way to know the center piece. So place it right side, facing the right side. I added 0.7 bars, yes. So that work with 0.5 or 1 inch, but do not go more than that. So this is it. So I will stitch to the hem first before we introduce our yoke. So you can see I'm adjusting. So your neck depth, you decide to start from the under bust. Okay, so mine is on the bust line. Okay, which I'll be adjusting much later. Yes, so I don't want to expose my bows. So you can see, stitch this way to the hem line. You back stitch. So now we are through now. You can see how beautiful it looks. So see the 1 inch or half inch or 0.7 bars. So mine is 0.7 bars. I'll place it this way. You can see, flip it this way. Make sure the under bust aligns, okay, between each other. So you place it this way to stitch. So your concentration while working on your bustier is your under bust. It's very important so that your bows will sit properly. So when you are through stitching, if there is any excess, you trim it off. It's better that way. So stitch. So we're joining the side piece to one of the center piece. Stitch with whatever you added as your same allowance. Do not forget that. Stitch this well. So stitch, you adjust. Make sure you have that curve. Okay. So you can see how it looks. So I have about 0.3 bar. Yes, for the side piece. So I will trim it on one and through. But make sure your under bust matches. So back stitch. You stitch also with whatever you added as your same allowance. So you raise the machine foot this way. Notice one side there. That's that manipulation. So please, if you find it very interesting, like. So this video is beginners friendly. So the deep neck that I uploaded months ago is still trending. For question on how to work on the back panel, how to add boning, so this very one has an answer to all that. Okay, see, so you notch this way. Note you decide to use ready-made bra cup. I've said that earlier. So notch, it's time to top stitch. So back stitch is how to top stitch. Do that on the right side so you can maintain the straight line stitch. So as you stitch, you pull. So stitch, you pull. Okay. So the bone I'll be adding to the lining. Okay. So see how it looks, how beautiful it looks. So clip fit it. You can see how relaxed it is. So my deep neck, I'm going to adjust it a bit because I don't want to expose my bows. So trim out your unwanted parts so that your bows will last properly. Trimming it out. It's not needed, okay? You can see how beautiful our cup looks. So it's time to join our yoke. So watch closely because this part is very important. So you place it this way. You see? Place it this way. Stitch with 0.3 bars because your lining, whatever you add as the same allowance is what you will stitch with direct your lining. So we stitch this way, okay? 0.3 bars, okay? Stitch, place it this way. When stitching, adjust the other piece so I won't stitch on it. So stitch this way, which will be covering it up with our lining. Yes. So stitch. You don't stitch exactly with what you added as your same allowance. Do not forget that. So stitch this way. So you stitch, you adjust your yoke. So I forgot to mention the allowance for the yoke. So while cutting your yoke as well, you also add 0.5 inch same allowance all round. Okay. Sorry, my machine thread. So let me open it up to show you guys. See how the last it is. So we want to stitch the other part. So you stitch at the tip as well. You back stitch. Stitch patiently. Adjust your yoke and the other parts of your bodies so that you won't stitch on it. Excuse me. I decided to flip it this way for a better view. Yes. So this is how you stitch. At the tip, don't stitch direct with what you added as your seam allowance. As you stitch, you pull the second part so I won't stitch on it. As you can see, so this is how it should look like. You can see. So it's time to fix our lining. We will join our lining the same way we join our bodies. Place it this way. Do not forget to notch, okay? I didn't do that here. Make sure you notch, especially for beginners. Notch your waistline under bust, okay? Flip it this way. Make sure your under bust matches, okay? Pin it down. Flip it this way as well. Pin it this way. So you stitch. So let's quickly move over to our machine. So we are through. Yes, we have done the main bodies, okay? So make sure you notch your under bust so that it can relax properly. So it's time to introduce our boning. Yes, but this is how it should look like when you are through. Notch. Give it a very nice press. It's time to fix our boning. So let me quickly introduce our boning. So this boning now, I'm fixing direct to the lining. I've said that earlier. So we'll place it direct to under bust. Okay. So you could try to give it more structure. Yeah, by fixing 4 boning channel, but you won't fix boning to your center piece. Okay, because it's going to affect your yoke, especially if you're working with skin illusion. Okay, so these are to fix your boning this way. So this eye should look like, you can see, place it this way. So it's time to cover up our main bodies. Place it, you can see, make sure the hem part meet with each other under bust is the first thing before the hem part, as you can see. So quickly take it to a machine as well to stitch. So always concentrate on under bust. Okay, it's very important when making a bustier. So now we're stitching with our 0.7 bars that will add as the same allowance. So let's quickly adjust our camera for a better view. So while stitching, make sure your dart lines align with each other, your lining and your main fabric, okay, this way. So now you are stitching direct with whatever you are working with as your seam allowance. Do not forget that. So you will not have problem while fitting. So this is it. So this eye should look like, you can see how beautiful it is already. So for the other piece, place it this way. You see, place it, watch closely. So you see why you won't add boning to your center piece. So place it this way. Stitch now with what you add as your seam allowance. Do not add, do not subtract. So pull the other piece away, pull it out. You won't stitch on it. Place it properly this way. You can see. To stitch, you adjust your yoke. Notch is possible this way so that it will relax properly. So by the time you add your hemming gum, it won't give you issues. You see? Make sure the dots lines matches. That line, your fabric and your main and your lining. So these are things you take note of while working on your deep neckline bustier. So mine is about 0.3 bar more, so I'll adjust it and continue. So when you adjust it, make sure you lose the first stitch. Do not forget that. So by the time you give it a very nice press, everything will sit properly. So that's together now, so we continue. So stitch, you adjust, stitch patiently. Adjust your yoke. So you can see how beautiful our yoke is. Can you see how relaxed it is? Let me adjust the machine. So for my armhole, I've closed the yoke because I'm not making use of sleeve. Can you see? I haven't given it a press yet. Yes. You can see how beautiful it looks. So for the boning, you decide to go more by adding more boning, but don't do that direct to your center piece. It's going to affect your yoke. You know, it's deep neckline. Okay. So notch as well. Trim out the unwanted parts. Take it to your ironing table and add your hemming gum. Yes, but I won't be doing that right now. I will do that later. So you can see this eye is notch. While notching, you have to be careful. Okay, so I won't cut it open. So this is it. Pull it out this way. notch this other part as well. So our through, you can see how relaxed it is. So this is our hemming gum. So place it this way, give it a very nice press. My, I won't be doing that now. Yes. So you can see by the time I iron it, everything will relax properly. I haven't done that yet. You can see how relaxed it is already. Okay. So the back panel. So you can see the back, I didn't make use of that. So I didn't cut that line. I didn't cut out my yoke. So the back panel is optional. I've said that earlier. So I will sew my lining and turn it on each side piece and show you guys. So for my facing, I will stitch it as well. I'll be working with width of 5 inches. But for my sleeve, I will place my front piece this way, that my front panel, mark it because I'm not making use of sleeve. So my shoulder this way, cut half inch. Okay, so everything will align properly because I am not making use of sleeve. So you cut it this way. I will stitch all around, okay, like what I did here, or you place your tape this way to find the width. Whatever you have, make sure you have the same to the back panel. So I will place it this way, trace out this as well, take it to my sewing machine, sew it all around, and also add boning, okay, to the center piece. The essence of the boning here is to give it that structure after lacing, okay. So place it to trace it out because I'm not making use of a sleeve. Do not forget that. So we'll stitch all around, add boning to the lining, center piece will give it that structure. So you can see we are done stitching all around. You can see I've added the boning. I added to the lining. Okay, so this is the loops. So indicated this one. You can see. So you decide to work without facing. But I'll be working with facing. So this center facing, be fixing eyelets into on the two piece. Yes. So you decide to try this out. It came out very beautiful. So you place it this way. Exactly what you have, okay, to your desired length. So you saw the fitting, guys, for starting, okay. So this is the magic that we did. So it's this way. Yes. So guys, please, if you find this video interesting, like, okay, share, and if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, okay. I love you all. So now I told you guys that this is beginners friendly. Yes, it is. So this is it. The right side, this eye should look like, okay. Let's put it aside. So the front panel, I have not added my hemming gum yet, okay. I want to join it first, but I can't do that right now. So I'll place one of my side piece, the other piece, to join my shoulder because I am not making use of sleeve. So when I'm through, I'll use my overlocking machine to secure the shoulder line, then top stitch. While top stitching, you place it to the back panel, okay. So let's do that and show you guys. First, you pin it down to make sure the length of the shoulder you're working with aligns with each other, okay. So by the time you put it on, everything will relax properly. Guys, Chi Living Signature Fashion Training Institute offline registration for 2023 section is still ongoing. So if you are in a front, worry, Delta State, DM, yes. So let's go take our sewing machine to stitch all around and show you guys. So guys, you can see we are done joining it. I also top stitch it. So the top stitching is to the back panel, okay? So it won't affect your yoke. So I've cut out 2 inches width for the bias, okay, to hem the hemline, okay. So you stitch this way and hem it all round, okay. So when you are through, is to fix your eyelets. So now I'll be working with a 1 inch interval, okay. Place it this way. So mark it. But before doing this, make sure you do the hemming first, okay. So you place it facing each other this way, so that you have the same mark on the other piece. So just indicate it this way, okay. So place the center facing. This facing is detachable. Yes, you have seen the video already. The fitting, sorry, it's detachable. So this is it. Indicate it as well. Just trace it. So you can see, if you look at our table, you will see soldering iron. Okay, you use it to create the holes for our eyelets, okay, or you use your scissors. My can't make use of the soldering iron at the moment, okay. So this I should punch it if you're working with it, okay. My scissors, okay. Now it's time to fix our eyelets. Yes, it's really simple, guys. Trying to cut it open. You have to be patient while working with scissors. So pick it with the cup. So you place it, the cup. So you do it to the hemline on both sides and your detachable facing, okay. So guys, let me do it and show you guys, so you can see how beautiful it looks. Can you see? So guys, it's really simple. I've done the hemming as well. Note, this is not for those that are working with a back waistline. Back waistline, whatever you're working with ends on your back extension. That is your waistline for the back panel. See how neat and beautiful it looks. So guys, let me quickly put it on and show you guys. You can see how beautiful and snatched it is. You can see our detachable facing. So see how beautiful it is. So guys, this is all for this tutorial. Please, if you find it interesting, like, share, okay, comment, okay. So I love you all. I remain your favorite fashion instructor, Chi Living Signature. Bye.